Welcome to the Mayhem Lab. My name is Michael View.
My name is Kevin Bong.
And we're here today to do a show about hardware hacking. A little background about myself. I work as a penetration tester during the day. I'm also a part-time professor at a university. We like to build objects on a budget. So we like to use off-the-shelf components and see what we can make them do, usually security focused, since that's what we do for a living. I do also enjoy going to different conferences, teaching, instructing people. We've been all over the U.S. at various cons. Right now I'm currently working on the Mini Poner project, which you may or may not be familiar with. That was started by Kevin, and I'll let him talk a little bit about that.
Again, I'm Kevin Bong. Like Michael, I'm a pen tester. I do audits for my day job. But for fun, I like to build stuff. I like to build stuff with computers, with electronics, and just with stuff from the hardware store. I'm frugal, so a lot of the stuff that I build that we work on is really, try to be inexpensive so we can break it, so if things go wrong, you're not worrying too much about it. And I also, like Michael said, love to speak at conferences, love to teach, love to share, and so I'm really excited about this opportunity, this video blog that Michael's idea to come up with, that we can take some of the projects we've been working on or other projects we're thinking about and share them with you as we work on them.
So, as you've just seen, Kevin likes to blame a lot of things on me. This is apparently my fault for the video blog. So if you don't like it, direct all bad comments towards me, I guess. So, kind of recap, the show is really going to be about hardware hacking on a budget, right? So we're going to build things, we're going to break things. We're not always going to succeed. It's not necessarily a blog about here's the correct way to do things. It's more like our adventure of building fun, interesting electronics that we wanted to share with people and share with you, and thought you might be able to follow along with some of these projects. And also in the comments, love you guys to give us some ideas of things you'd like to see us work on and build. I think that would be fun as well.
Yeah, we really want to make everything we do here be very easy, very approachable for people even just getting started, because we were just getting started in this just a couple of years ago. We don't have a background in electrical engineering. We kind of learn as we go, and we work on projects that most people can probably pick up pretty quickly, pretty easily.
Yeah, I think so. All you really need is a soldering gun, a couple of bucks, nothing too fancy, and just some time to do it. It would also be really entertaining to do what we're calling a build challenge. So we're going to give ourselves different challenges and kind of pit our wits against each other, as I'll say, and see what we each come up with in a given time frame or on a given budget or something like that. So I thought that would be kind of interesting as well.
And we may at times talk about topical news items and security and hacking and hardware. Just to keep involved and share with you what we find interesting out there.
Yeah, so the first one, this show is really just an introduction of the video blog itself. So the first thing we kind of wanted just to talk about is the Mini Poner. Like I said before, I'm the current maintainer of it, but it was really invented by Kevin. What was that? 2013?
2012.
2012.
Yeah, I spent the weekend of Thanksgiving figuring out the Mini Poner and putting up the website. And what the Mini Poner is we just take a consumer grade travel router. These are really popular overseas apparently, because they have a lot of 3G cellular internet dongles. So it's built with a USB port for that 3G cellular internet dongle, and then you can use it to share that Wi-Fi with a laptop or something like that. Well, we take them, we throw a thumb drive in that USB port instead. We replace the operating system with OpenWrt Linux, and then let's just put a lot of penetration testing tools onto the router. Things like Kismet for sniffing wireless traffic, so you can kind of put it in your pocket and go war walking, or use it as a Dropbox where you can connect it to a wall, walk out to the parking lot of whatever target you're penetration testing, and hack them over the Wi-Fi on the router into their network. So this is one of the original ones we've done. You can do it with a lot of different models. Michael's really done some very cool things with some of the newer models, and I'll let him talk about that.
Yeah, so as Kevin said, this is the original one, which was based off the TP-Link 703N, if I'm not mistaken, which is from overseas. So we wanted to this is a really great little router. As you can see, comparison-wise, it's much smaller than the current model. However, it doesn't contain its own battery, so you do have to plug a battery pack into this. Now you have a second component that you have to, it's going to gain either thickness or it's going to be wide or something like that. So we found that the TP-Link 3040 actually comes with its own battery, which is really kind of handy. So it comes with its own battery pack inside. Lasts, I tested it for a good 6 or 8 hours one time, so it runs pretty well, pretty long time. Same thing, has a USB port, traditionally used for the 3G, but we don't use it for that. Has the Ethernet port and then built-in wireless as well. The cool thing about this is it's all in one nice little package, but we also found that we can take advantage of the 3D switch over here through the GPIO settings, which is really kind of fun. So we've done some neat things with that called mini modes, and we can talk about that, maybe do some demonstrations in a later show, but basically it allows you to be able to switch back and forth between different modes that you have pre-configured on the device. So you're walking into kind of some unknowns, right? You assume they have a wireless network, or maybe you want to have it prepped so you can plug it into a wall, as Kevin said, and leave it hang there. Maybe that's flipped down in this position, and now you can go stick it under that conference table, and then it stays in an access point mode, and you plug it in. Perhaps you want to do war walking with it, so maybe that's a different mode that you have pre-configured. So that's kind of the goal with the mini modes. We'll dig into that more into the future, but that's basically the mini Poner right now. The mini Poner, we're also looking at kind of expanding it a little bit. There are some limitations with this hardware. It's great hardware, but as you'll notice, there's no external antenna port, which is sometimes a problem if you want to use a nicer antenna than what's built into this. So we are looking and investigating other boards and hardware platforms to work on it. So this is version 1, this is version 2, hopefully version 3 will be coming out sometime in 2016. Not sure on that. This is a side project, something we do for fun, so it's certainly not a job for us. I do it when I can.
Yep. So yeah, and we just want to share the mini Poner with you in this first show because that's kind of how we got started. Mm-hmm. But the show is definitely not about the mini Poner. You can learn more about the mini Poner at miniponer.com, and you can find out more about us and see the future blogs at on YouTube at the Mayhem Lab.
Yep.
Or on the website, which is the mayhemlab.net.
.net.
Yes.
Yes. So. Excellent, and just to reiterate, Kevin is absolutely correct. This is not a show about the mini Poner at all. This is just an idea that that Kevin started and I took over of something that we find useful. So I think it's a great example of what the show kind of embodies. We're going to find an idea, something that we need or could use in our job, or find fun, and then build that.
Yeah, or definitely something that's just fun and not security related. Our next show will be about the Micro Makey, another project that we came up with. That's a kind of a clone of the Makey Makey, and we'll do some fun things with that.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.